Finally, about 3 months too late, when probably nobody cares anymore, here is the video about this save 10 years later to see what happened. Did AC Milan continue on top, or did they mess up and went downhill after I left? And first, like a quick word. The reason why this is taking too long, if you missed it, I posted about it in the community tab on YouTube some time ago. But basically what happened is that I had a little bit of a softer time at work because of COVID. So I decided to take extra courses at the university on the side. And then the vaccine started rolling out and the restriction got reduced. And all of a sudden, everything went crazy at work while I was taking courses at the university. And basically I was working and studying 24/7. And that's what's happened. But before we take a look at 10 years into the future, I just want to quickly show off some of my young talents that haven't been featured much in the first team. Because these are players that could be really interesting to see what happens to in the future. I'm not going to talk about them, I'm just showing them very, very quickly, so you can pause it and check them out if you want to. And then we're going to see, like, how do they develop? Like, is any of these guys, like my biggest talents, they're going to become something big in the future, or at least we might sell them on for a good price. I also have a few in the U18, I think like 2 players that seems like really promising. So yeah, we can wait and see what happens with these guys. But now let's move 10 years into the future. Right, we're going to start with the transfer seasons for season to see what happens. So what we're looking at right now is the transfer window just after I left, and it also contains transfers that I made during, I think, like the January window. Like Elena I sold, but you can tell that they did a big selling. They sold Tonali ASAP after I left to Liverpool, and it seems like he had a great career at Liverpool. And now he's finally back as a free transfer in Italy, playing for Roma. The season after that, they, let's see, I would look at the money here. They are doing some big sellings. They sold Hauge to City for 128 million euros. And he is also just back in Italy as a free transfer after a great career at City. And he sold Kessier to Inter. What? That's a strange one. 95 mil, and he's been around a bit, quite a few years for Inter, then Levante, then Feyenoord in Holland, and he sold Alexis to Real Madrid, 82 mil. They are basically selling my whole team here for the second season. He's now at Celta, actually, with Real Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona. Quite a career there for Alexis. And then Leao to Bayern. I mean, look at this. They sold my whole, like every one of my regular starters, more or less. And then we have a Romagnoli to Juve, Batea to Napoli, Rovella to Roma. I mean, they are selling a Belotti to Napoli. They're selling more or less everybody. But since they got this much money, they also signed a few players. They signed Luis from Benfica, Morelos from Lyon, Taylor from Ajax, and Subimete from Real Sociedad, Mancini from Roma, Gasparini from Udinese. Yeah, quite a few signings. Let's move ahead yet another season. Another season with a lot of sellings. They sold Gravenberch to Barcelona. How has he been? Oh, he's still in Barcelona, doing great. And they sold Dembele to Real Madrid. And he's retired now, but we can tell that he was in Real Madrid. And then Marseille, then Villarreal, then AC. They sold Batella to Napoli. They sold Benacer to Juventus. Jedwai to Barcelona. I mean, Jedwai was such a sensational signing. We got him for basically free at 2.6 mil. And he's currently playing for Blackpool in England. Yeah, a lot of signings or selling-ons going on there. Also, Morilla, he was one of those youngsters I was talking about, promising, looks promising still, playing for Napoli now. And they signed Mason Greenwood for United for a huge amount. And also Pascalo from Mallorca for another big signing. And the season after that, I mean, look at the money every season, so much money spent. Camara sold to Dortmund. This is like the players they signed. And Mancini to PSG. Gabbia, of course, we know him. He was playing for us, one of the young talented central defenders. Went on. And Kalulu to Real Madrid. Let's see, Kalulu's career is now with Real Madrid, Liverpool, Sevilla, and now back in Italy. A lot of guys is basically coming home to Italy on this free transfers. They sign anyone fancy? Jonathan Tah, Vinicius from Everton. Let's move on. Yet another season. Almost 500 million euros spent. And they sold Martinez. And Martinez was one of those guys that I showed you as a promising youngster that haven't broken into our first team squad. Look at it. He did well. Bayern. And then Bayern sold him on for profit to Liverpool. Fantastic player. Too bad that he was too young for us to see us. And then, of course, Aster. Aster was also another sensational signing. We got him as a free transfer, and now they sold him to PSG, where he's still playing, still having a great career. And Andreas Cervello is yet another one of those young promising ones. Went to Liverpool, where he still plays for, and same with Sander Blom, another one of those youngsters I just showed you guys, playing for Liverpool, having, no, actually not Liverpool anymore, he went to Liverpool, but now he's playing for Leipzig. And Calafiori left for Juventus. And the big signing is Ramos from Barcelona. This is a region? Oh no, it's Gonzalo Ramos. Huge signing, 223 mil for one player. And they also signed Diaby from Lyon. Look at these free signings from Barcelona. They really went all out grabbing Barcelona players. Then another season, this time we have Wilfred Gnonto. You know him, he was loaned out, he did well. I think he was like top 3 goal scorer in Italy one season while loaned out. He would probably have been a starting player if I would have played for one more season. He went to City and he still represents City. And Gentile here is another one of those youngsters that I showed you in the beginning. Went to Bayern Munich and he still represents Bayern Munich. And the big signings for this season was Mikhailov from Gladbach. And Ferreri from Porto, Omargi from Roma, Emerson from Atletico, a lot of signings, Fagillo from Sampdoria, and so on. And then we sold players for 200 mil, and Tongaya, Emerson, like he just stayed for one season. I mean, some of these players are not staying for long, are they? Not staying for long at all. And the big signings from Newcastle, from Valencia, from Bayern, from Tottenham, Chiesa from Chelsea. And another season, another lot of money getting in. We sold Mason Greenwood, we sold him on this season to Bayern Munich. Diaby, we sold him on to Atletico. Conte to Bournemouth. And Turay, another one of those youngsters that looked promising. He went to Napoli, now he's playing for Valencia. And in big signings, Gonzalez from Wolves, Pedri from Barcelona, yet another Barcelona player. What's up with all those Barcelona signings? And another season. This one was, we didn't sell much at all here. But we did spend some decent amount of money here. Carpenter from Everton, Rodrigo from Chelsea, Ninso from PSV, and yeah. And then let's see, we are almost at the end here. We still sell on Quaresma, Nagos, Antonos. I'm probably butchering so many names right now. But yeah. And the signings and the big ones kind of spread out here. And then the final season, Pedri was sold on to Chelsea, and that's basically it of the big ones. And actually, we also sold Upamecano. Upamecano just left for this season. And did we sign anybody? Yes, we did. With a huge signing from Real Madrid, a pretty big signing from Valencia. Let's take a look at the current squad. Is there any of our players that's still playing for AC Milan? So, okay, now we understand all those signings from Barcelona. We have Pep Guardiola as the manager. Let's see who has been manager. So after we left, they hired Flick. and then Guardiola. But we want to see the senior squad here, if there's any names we recognize. Not many at all. But here is Petrov. This was one of the youngsters I showed you in the beginning. He was in the U18 team, and now he is playing for us. So he's, oh my god, he's getting paid a lot and he's worth a lot. Are there any other players that are still with us? I'm probably going to miss like 1 or 2 players that was in the youth team that I don't remember. But let's see here. Not many at all. But that's to be expected. I mean, we are 10 years into the future. But of course, we have Donnarumma, and that at least is one of our lads. One that we was playing every single season. He's 35 years old now. Let's see how many caps for Italy he's done. He's done 176 caps for Italy. Still representing AC Milan. And he's making a bank. So, let's take a look at the league. So, the first season after I left, AC Milan managed to defend the title. Then, once again, defend the title. Look at this big win, 100 points. Ooh, dominating. I think this was, after this season, I think like so many of my first team players left. Let's see. Still managed to win it. Didn't do as well, but still dominated. And this one is just actually really, really close. Just 2 points between us and Juve, but I'm thrilled. Look at all these league titles. And again, and oh, this was even closer. It was down to goal difference between us and Inter. And I mean, usually when you leave a club, they're starting to fall behind a bit, and maybe this is what we're seeing, doing worse and worse each season. Could this be the first season where we don't win the league? Let's see. Whoops, managed to double click it. But no, we are back and got a decent safety margin. And again, a decent safety margin. What's up with this? We won the league every single season. I didn't expect that at all, because usually when, look at this, beautiful. Usually when you leave a club, they are falling for grace. But the last major thing we won, and the last thing we're going to check in this video is the Champions League. How did we do in the Champions League? Did we manage to win it again, or was it a once-in-a-lifetime thing? So, let's first move back. This was the last season, the last episode. We managed to beat Man United in the Champions League final. So, we followed that one up the next year with... Oh, we got knocked out in the first knockout round versus Arsenal. Not great at all. And then... we did what? We went all the way to... Yes, we won the Champions League final versus PSG. Kamara, Aster and Theo Hernandez were the goal scorers. Fantastic. So we got another Champions League title. Do we dare to dream of a third one? Let's see. The season after that, we got knocked out again. Again in the first knockout round versus Chelsea this time. And then we went all the way to the semi-final where we got knocked out by Man United on the penalties. And yet another season. And let's see, we got knocked out in the first knockout round again versus PSG. But we also managed to win the FIFA Club World. No, didn't win. Wait, what? It says the quarter final, but it's no games after this. I'm not sure what's up with that, but I think it was just I don't know. I have no idea. Let's move on instead and take a look at another first knockout round loss. Oh my god, we got destroyed by Hertha Berlin. 4 goals against none. Oh my gosh, that was not good. Starting to feel like we're not going to see another Champions League title here, are we? No, we went to final and we lost versus Dortmund on penalties. So very, very, very close. And then what happened after another great Champions League season? We are once again back to being knocked out in the first knockout round. This time versus Man United. And let's see what else. We got knocked out in the first knockout round versus Arsenal. And we played some FIFA Club World Championship. And then the last season, did we get one final Champions League title? Let's see. Let's see. We won the Coppa Italia, so at least something. But we lost the semi-final in the Champions League versus Bayern Munich. Well, it was definitely a few months too late, but there you have it, the 10 years after episode. I hope this gave some of you guys some interesting closure to the series, but yeah, thank you for watching, and special, I mean, if you watched all the episode, a massive thank you. Take care.